So, hi, I'm Karol Ruth Silverstein. I am the author of the young adult novel Cursed from Charles Bridge Teen. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit about arthritis. And you're probably thinking, what? Why would I want to know anything about arthritis? I wish I didn't know anything about arthritis, but the truth is I've had arthritis since I was 13, and I'm a little older now. And the problem for me with arthritis was I had this certain idea, as many people do, about what arthritis is and what it was like. And I remember as a kid, I used to see this commercial on TV, and it was for some kind of aspirin or some over-the-counter pain reliever. And it showed an older woman coming down the steps at her home, taking one step at a time, and the voiceover said, "Grandma can't make breakfast this morning because of the minor aches and pains of her arthritis." And then she would take whatever painkiller it was that the commercial was for, and then it was like the happy scene with her, feeding her family, and everything was all better. And when I first got diagnosed, I was in such excruciating pain. I mean, you really have to take it from me that you can't imagine how painful arthritis is. And I struggled to reconcile in my head this commercial, this grandma, first of all, and her minor aches and pains, and how she took an aspirin or whatever it was, and suddenly was back to her normal self. For me, I was just in unspeakable pain, and in particular that first year, it's just so hard because you're dealing with all the physical pain, and you're dealing with the enormity of the emotional change that you're going to have this thing that's horribly painful, for which there's no cure, and it's your new normal, and it's something you're going to be dealing with for the rest of your life. I didn't know then that the pain would get a little better. I mean, I've had times when it's worse and times when it's better. But nothing was as bad as that first year. And I learned about arthritis. I learned that it is not what a lot of people think it is. There are kind of two most common types of arthritis. One is osteoarthritis, which a lot of older people get, or people who are athletes, like a major league catcher might have arthritis in his knees later in life from a career of squatting for hours. And a lot of older people, it's very common. A lot of animals get osteoarthritis. But the kind I have is rheumatoid arthritis, and that's more of a systemic disease. Different people have it in different numbers of joints. I have what's called now polyarticular, which just means every single freaking joint. Joints I didn't even know were joints have been painful at time, and it affects your blood, and it's an overall chronic illness. That's a little different than osteo. And there are a lot of different, less common types of arthritis. There's a whole umbrella of rheumatic diseases. But I just had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and people look at me and they see that I'm pretty disabled from the disease, and they think I must have some sort of uncommon, rare, really bad form of arthritis. And it's like, nope. This is just plain old regular arthritis. Though I have had a particularly bad time with it. Some people my age who are diagnosed as kids aren't nearly as affected by it as I am. And the great news is now they have wonderful new medications. And so a lot of people newly diagnosed today, have a much better shot at just a regular life. So my book is about a kid dealing with that first horrible, overwhelming, extraordinary year of diagnosis. And I hope it helps readers that maybe have gone through something extraordinarily painful and haven't felt seen and heard. We're all kind of going through a new normal right now. I'm recording this during the pandemic where we're all sheltering in place, or most of us are. New normals are not usually fun, but we do survive them, right? We do make it through. So is there a time in your life when you've had to deal with a new normal? Maybe you moved, maybe you had some upset in your family, maybe you lost a grandparent or a friend or a pet. I invite you to write a little bit, think about yourself going through that situation, and just free write and let the emotions fly, because it's helpful. I really find it's helpful. So thanks for listening.